Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys could make it. We are live once again on Tuesday, every Tuesday, by the way. And we're just here to talk. It's less formal. I wouldn't say we're here to shoot the breeze, but we're going to cover some topics. Today's topic is skilled tradesmen are needed immediately. And where do you think they're needed immediately right now, guys? What do you think they're needed immediately? I'm gonna let some of you guys flow in. I know uh, you know take some time to people take some time takes time for people to to come into the live, but you know me, I kind of jump right into it, and I'll let you guys probably catch up in the replay. It's not going to be a long live tonight. A lot going on in the world, in the country, and one of those things that has dominated the airwaves so far is you know what's happening on the East Coast as far as storms, hurricanes, and things like that, which only really what that does is you know points to the fact of that skilled tradesmen they're always going to be in demand. This is a high demand time right now, and if you are thinking about getting into a trade, um, guess what? They're going to need you. They're always going to need you, right? AI and robots have not dominated the space where they can send in robots to fix and rebuild cities and towns, that places that have been destroyed by natural disasters and things like that. So you talk about job security, this is definitely one of them. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty serious, man. I don't know how many people have died so far in these hurricanes over there on the East Coast. I think the last time I read it was like over 100 people died so far, and we can get into all of that. That's very unfortunate, but that comes with the territory, right? Loss of life is just part of the game with this. But places they're gonna have to be rebuilt, and they're gonna need people with skills. Okay, so if you're thinking about getting into a trade, now's the time, because they're definitely gonna need you out there. And it's not gonna stop. This is always gonna happen. Happens every year. Um, I think what was the I haven't really been keeping up on the storms like I should, but I know there were two major storms. Helene was one out in North Carolina, I think, and then there's another storm, Hurricane Milton, that's heading down to Florida. It may have hit Florida already. I'm not sure. It was about an hour ago that I did the research on it and saw that there was a storm brewing, or there was one heading down south. Yeah, guys. So yeah, it's a no brainer, right? I personally have lived in those areas. I lived in Florida for a good portion of my life, and I've seen the devastation that hurricanes and severe storms can do, right? And so yeah, it's definitely nothing to play with. And the only reason I'm talking about it on this channel is because it's just for just to um, focus on the opportunity that it opens up for people that are in the trades or looking to get into the trades, because like I said, these places are going to have to be rebuilt, and they're going to need tradespeople, right? um, so it's amazing what water can do. I mean, how it can just destroy just that we take for granted, how that thing we call water can just wreak havoc and just take lives. A lot of times we think about fires and how they take lives, but man, water is just as bad, right? You can come in there and just take you out, just sweep through an area and just destroy homes, probably quicker than a fire could. Um, but yeah, it's interesting how that happens, and not to mention all the water damage that's left behind, even if you do survive. And yeah, it's just crazy. So um, let's see here, guys. You want to talk about give, what's happening over there? If you're living over there, feel free to jump in the comments and let us know what's going on over there. But yeah, I'm looking at some of these pictures right now, actually, and the debris and the aftermath of these storms are just which is absolutely crazy. I'm looking at some pictures here in Asheville, North Carolina. I think that's where it was. I probably sound clueless because some people are probably saying, "Man, you should know, huh, man. This stuff's been all over the news, especially how the politicians are taking advantage of these situations." And it's interesting how they do that, right? It's election time coming up, and man, you see one administration going down into the area and just and then the other administration is like, according to what I've seen, they're just like kind of hands off. I'm not going to get into a political debate or conversation really on that, but yeah, it brings a lot of opportunity in all kinds of ways, right? There's a side of it that's a lot of death and destruction. Then there's the side that's just let's dive in and take advantage of this. But another part of this situation that I want you guys to know about is why you should be careful when these things do happen. If you're in these areas and you need your home rebuilt, you need to hire a contractor. This is usually the time when all the vultures, they come out, and it's hunting season for how should I put it? The ignorant, or the those of us who don't know any better, can really get taken, financially by the scammers that are out there, after these severe storms. And let me go to this article here. It's called Storm Fraud. Okay. And I'll just kind of read a little bit for you guys. When bad storms cause widespread damage to homes, criminals may try to exploit the disaster. These scam artists, often referred to as storm chasers, may ask homeowners for upfront payments for home repair services and then disappear without ever doing the work. Some of you guys are already familiar with this type of behavior out there. Doesn't just happen during these times. It happens year round, but especially during these times when people are desperate, they've lost their homes, they've lost loved ones, their state of mind is not even clear. That's the time that these scammers come out and take advantage of people, because they know they're not thinking straight. And it's the best time to get them, when people are so vulnerable. Okay. So, that's what you got to keep your eyes open for. Okay. So they're asking for upfront payments. I don't know. You gotta make sure that you don't fall for it. Okay. So, what else are they talking about here? Tree removal services, unnecessary things that they may try to get you to do. Or they may even stick around. They may not even run away with your money. They may stick around and do the work, right? But the work may be very low quality work. And, and not only that, you got inspectors, of all people. You got people posing as inspectors, or even some legitimate inspectors who have gone rogue, who have gone bad. And they're out there, okaying substandard work. That's another form of, fraudulent activity out there. Okay. So you got to be careful with that as well. Let's see here. It says, steer clear of any contractor who asks for full payment upfront, only accepts payment in cash, or refuses to provide you with a written contract. Avoid door-to-door offers for home repair work. Instead, ask friends and neighbors for referrals. Okay. Be skeptical of any contractor that offers to pay your insurance deductible or offers other no-cost incentives, as these can be signs of a scam. Always talk to your insurance company before committing to any storm-related repairs or inspections. Okay. Ask contractors for references and check them out. Guys, I've done several lives on how you should vet your contractors. I've done videos on how you should vet your contractors. Go back into the catalog and check out my work on this. Okay. And it'll give you step by step what to look for, how to vet your contractor or anybody coming around, posing as a contractor. And that should, I'm not saying it's foolproof, but man, it's better than not, just being blindsided out there. Because believe me, they're out there, just like there's probably, I don't know, uh, just as many, okay, illegit ones that there are legit ones out there right now heading to these areas, these disaster areas right now. So you got to be careful, right? So what else it says? Okay, beware of. I'll repeat myself on some of this. If they ask you for offer to pay your insurance deductible, or like I said, other no cost incentives, be careful of those guys. Um, always talk to your insurance company before committing to any storm related repairs or inspections. Ask contractors for references and check them out. Check with the Better Business Bureau to see if there are any complaints against the business. Okay. Ensure that the contractor has the required licensing and or affiliation. And then it gets into some more specifics here. When it talks about tree removal, for instance, right? It says check with the International Society of Arboriculture. I guess that's a tree, an organization having to do with trees and stuff like that, to make sure the person has a valid arborist license. Okay. Water damage and mold. Only hire businesses that are local and qualified in mold remediation and property restoration. To find local contractors and restorers, check with the Society of Cleaning and Restoration Technicians and the Restoration Industry Association. Contractors, general contractors, electricians, plumbers, and heating and air, the HVAC guys, they must be licensed and according to the Georgia Secretary of State office. And I guess you could, check out the different agencies in your state, like Florida or North Carolina or wherever. And then they say to look up a contractor, visit the sos.ga.gov. Right. Okay. It says specialty occupations such as roofers, tree removal services, painters, drywall contractors, and repair handymen are not required to be licensed by the state. That's the state of Georgia, guys. Okay. So you might want to look into what, like I said, whatever state you're in, and see what the license requirements are, right? But it's saying right here, these guys, the tree removal guys, the painters, drywall contract, they're not required to be licensed. So that's like open season to them, right? So you still got to vet them, right? So do the best you can. Legitimate contractors should be able to provide the following: the business license, general liability insurance, workers' compensation insurance, written manufacturer warranties, and written labor warranties. Okay. If they can't provide at least four out of five of those things, I would say five, then you might want to hold off on them. Unless you know them, right? Unless you like I said, you know them. But even friends can turn on each other in these situations, because you don't know, their house could have been destroyed and they need money. So, okay, it says public adjusters are also required to carry a license to do work in Georgia. Before hiring a public adjuster to do any work on your behalf, call the insurance commissioner's office, and they give the number here. It's 1-800-656-2298 to verify that that person is licensed and the contract has been approved. Now, it also gets into the price gouging aspect of it. Let's see here. So there are laws against that, of course. Price gouging is when people charge you much more for what the job should be, and obviously that's going to happen. So you got to look out for that. And that's pretty much it, guys. You guys can do some more research on it, but just to give you guys give you guys a heads up on this stuff, right? There's a lot of opportunity out there to get, if you're just getting into the trades, man, this is like, it's unfortunate that this happens, right? A lot of people lost their lives and stuff like that, but there's already a shortage of skilled tradesmen out there, and they're going to need you more than ever in these particular areas. And if you're willing to travel, if you're willing to sacrifice, and get it. If the opportunity arises where you're able to or you're offered, then why not? You're helping to rebuild these areas that have been severely destroyed, and you're getting the skills that you need. So after that, right, you spend a few months or however long it takes, you can truly call yourself a skilled tradesperson, right? I mean, because you've been in the trenches, and so yeah, look into that if that's your thing, right? And that's all I push on this channel anyway. So anyway, guys, just want to drop that on you tonight for this live. It's not gonna be a long live, like I said. But be careful out there. Look out for those scammers, and hope you guys stay safe, especially in those areas. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.